The alarm rang early in the morning, pulling me from a restless sleep. Today was my first day working in a call center. I had spent the previous night thinking about it, my mind racing with questions. Would my colleagues be friendly? Would I handle the calls well? Would I fit in? I slowly got out of bed, stretching my arms. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a soft light through the curtains. After a quick shower, I dressed in a neat shirt and comfortable trousers. I wanted to make a good first impression. In the kitchen, I made a simple breakfast of toast and scrambled eggs. The kitchen was quiet, with only the hum of the refrigerator breaking the silence. I sat at the small table, sipping my coffee, and looked out the window. The streets were starting to come alive. People hurried to their jobs. Cars honked as they navigated the morning traffic. After finishing my breakfast, I grabbed my bag and took one last look in the mirror. I took a deep breath, trying to calm my nerves, and stepped out the door. The fresh morning air filled my lungs as I walked toward the bus stop. The streets were busy with people heading to work and school. Children laughed as they ran to catch their buses. The bus arrived, and I climbed aboard, finding a seat near the window. As the bus moved through the city, I watched people going about their daily routines. Some were sipping coffee, others reading newspapers. I imagined their lives and wondered if they too were starting something new today. When the bus reached my stop, I stepped off and looked up at the tall office building where the call center was located. The entrance was bustling with employees, some chatting in small groups, others checking their phones. I felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness as I walked through the glass doors. The receptionist greeted me with a warm smile and directed me to the training room. The hallway was bright, with motivational posters lining the walls. One read, "Every call is a chance to make a difference." Another said, "Teamwork makes the dream work." I repeated those words in my mind as I reached the training room. Inside, a few new employees had already gathered. Some looked as nervous as I felt, while others chatted comfortably. We introduced ourselves, exchanging names and sharing a little about our backgrounds. It was comforting to know that I was not alone in feeling anxious. Our supervisor, Ms. Carter, entered the room with a friendly smile. She welcomed us warmly, explaining what the day would look like. She spoke about the company, its goals, and how important each of us was to its success. Her words eased some of my worries, replacing them with a sense of belonging. After the introduction, we began our training session. Ms. Carter guided us through the basics of the job. She showed us how to use the call center software, how to handle different types of customer calls, and the importance of maintaining a positive attitude. We listened carefully, taking notes and asking questions. The computer screens in front of us displayed various tools we would need: customer profiles, call histories, and frequently asked questions. Ms. Carter emphasized the importance of listening carefully and speaking clearly. By mid-morning, we took a short break. I walked to the small kitchenette, where a coffee machine stood beside a bowl of fresh fruit. A few colleagues gathered there, discussing their previous jobs and sharing their hopes for this new one. I joined in, grateful for the chance to connect with others. Returning to the training room, Ms. Carter announced that we would soon begin taking our first calls. My heart pounded as I logged into the system, placing the headset over my ears. The first call came in, a customer with a simple question about their bill. I followed the steps we had practiced, answering confidently and thanking them for calling. As the day went on, the calls varied. Some were easy, like helping customers reset their passwords. Others were more challenging, like handling complaints about service issues. Each call was a learning experience, teaching me how to remain calm and professional, even when customers were frustrated. During lunch, I joined a few colleagues in the break room. The room was filled with the aroma of homemade meals and takeout boxes. We shared stories about our first calls and laughed about the small mistakes we had made. It was a relief to know that everyone was facing similar challenges. After lunch, we returned to our desks. The rhythm of answering calls became smoother. With each conversation, my confidence grew. I learned to adapt my tone, offer solutions, and make the customers feel heard. The supportive environment made the process less intimidating. As the afternoon progressed, Ms. Carter walked around, offering feedback and encouragement. Her guidance was invaluable, helping us refine our skills and build our confidence. I appreciated her patience and the way she celebrated our small victories. The last call of the day was from an elderly woman who needed assistance with her account. Her voice was gentle, filled with gratitude as I helped her navigate the online system. By the end of the call, she thanked me warmly, saying that I had made her day a little easier. Her words filled me with a sense of accomplishment. When the workday ended, we gathered our things and headed toward the elevator. I felt a mixture of exhaustion and pride. The initial nervousness had faded, replaced by a growing confidence in my abilities. Outside, the sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink. The city buzzed with the sounds of the evening rush hour. I walked to the bus stop, replaying the events of the day in my mind. Each call, each interaction had taught me something valuable. At home, I prepared a simple dinner and sat down to eat. The quiet of my apartment felt comforting after the busy day. I thought about the new skills I had learned and the challenges I had faced. Lying in bed that night, I felt grateful for the opportunity. The call center was not just a job. It was a place where I could grow, connect with others, and make a positive impact, one call at a time. My first day in the call center was more than just the start of a new job. It was a step toward becoming more patient, more understanding, and more confident. As I closed my eyes, I looked forward to what the next day would bring, ready to learn and grow even more.